Good morning, Shackleton, Darwin and Batuta. It's me, Mr. Lewis, aka Mr. Come on, let's do this, aka Mr. Can you pump up the music? I have another lesson for you today. I actually really enjoy doing this lesson. It's about passive and active voice. And I forgot how much we use it unintentionally. And once you know the technique and the process and what it's called and how to use it, it'll help you in your work. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I know I enjoyed doing it. Hope you're getting a lot from it. I hope you're okay at home and keeping safe and your families are well. Remember, you can pause the video at any moment or rewind it if need be. Make sure you complete the tasks, send photos and send them into the Year 6 email. And I hope to see and hear from you soon. I look forward to seeing your work. I hope to see you guys soon. I do miss you lot. I do. Anyway, peace and love, and send in your work. The day is Thursday, the 17th of May 2020, and the topic is journalistic writing, and the LI is to understand passive voice. I can remind you that you can pause the video at any moment, rewind it if you need to. There is no rush. Please take your time. Go through the slides carefully, and if you're unsure, it should be self-explanatory. Please send an email if you're unsure, and I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Okay, let's begin. First of all, in order to understand the passive voice, you have to understand its counterpart, the active voice. An active voice is when the subject of a sentence performs the action. Example, the teacher taught the class. The teacher is the subject and the action they're performing is the verb, is that they're teaching the class. The passive voice is the complete reversal. The passive voice is when the subject of a sentence is done to it by something or someone else. Example, the class were taught by the teacher. We'll go into great detail throughout this lesson. Why you need to know this? This is an important skill to learn as it demonstrates manipulation and control over the English language. It grants you the ability to write the same thing in many different ways, changing the dynamic and focus of the sentence. If every sentence was written in active voice, your writing will become once again predictable, one-dimensional and boring. To keep your audience readers engaged, you have to switch it up every now and again to show versatility. Recap. In your books, for your first mini task, I would like you to write down a definition for these terms and also include an example. The terms are: what is a verb, what's an adverb, a noun, and adjective. All of Year 6 should be well accustomed with these terminologies and should be able to define it very easily. Okay, next slide. Subject and object. These words both end with the same suffix, but they mean completely different things. In a sentence, the subject is the person, animal, or thing that is doing or being the verb. In a sentence, the object is having something done to it and tells us what specifically the verb is acting on. They're two very different things. They can get very confusing. I was confused too, but the subject and the object are two different things. A simple breakdown. Active voice. My mother taught me to fish. Passive voice. I was taught to fish by my mother. So in the first one, the active voice, the mother is the main subject of the sentence. Taught is the verb and the object is fish. In the passive voice, I was taught to fish by my mother. The fish is taught is still the verb, however the subject and the object have been switched around. Another example, active voice. A group of teens put together the newspaper. Passive voice, the newspaper is put together by a group of teens. Can you see? By changing the subject and object, we change the whole direction of the sentence. Preliminary practice. First, I would like you to identify the subject, verb, and object in each sentence. The first sentence is James went. Hold on, makes no sense. James went to fetch some bananas. The second sentence is the net was missing one crab. The third sentence is the plane glided past the clouds. The fourth sentence is the chicken was prepped and seasoned by the seasoned chef. So I want you to identify the subject, verb, and objects in each of these sentences. Can you also identify which of these sentences are active and passive? Don't worry if you can't do it yet, we'll get plenty of practice in to make sure you understand these terms. Passive voice in English. The present tense, I do my homework. The passive, my homework is done. Present continuous tense, I'm doing my homework. Passive continuous tense, my homework is being done. Past simple tense, I did my homework. The passive, my homework was done. Past continuous, I was doing my homework. The passive continuous, my homework was being done. The perfect present tense, I've done my homework. The passive tense, my homework has been done. The past perfect tense, I've done my homework. The passive tense, my homework has been done. The future simple tense, I will do my homework. The passive tense, my homework will be done. The future, you'll be going to, I'm going to do my homework, that's the active, and the passive is, my homework is going to be done. The modal tense, as in the degree of possibility, I must do my homework. The passive, my homework must be done. And the modal passive text, I should have done my homework. The passive version of that, my homework should have been done. So you can see for this slide the subtle differences in the past, present and future tense and how it changes the sentence. You've got to change some of the wordings and the suffixes at the end to make sure it makes sense. The rules for simple past. Active voice. We use second form of verb. In the passive voice, we use was, were, the third form of verb. Example, girl clicked selfie. The selfie was clicked by a girl. Girls clicked selfie. Selfie was clicked by girls. Girls clicked selfies. Selfies were clicked by girls. Can you see? By changing the plural and the singular version of this, selfies and girls, it changed the whole sentence. So you've got to change the whole sentence to accommodate the active and passive voice. An even simpler breakdown. There's an order and structure to active and passive voices that will help you identify them quicker. Active sentences start with the subject, followed by the verb, then the object. Sam ate the cake. So the subject is Sam, the verb is the ate, and the object is the cake. And the passive sentences start with the object first, then the verb, followed by, finally, the subject. The cake was eaten by Sam. Okay, so now the subject cake is the subject Sam is last, the verb for eaten is in the middle, and the object of the cake is first. So it's been a complete reversal. The only difference is the tense of the verb is to make it fit in with the sentence, as in ate and eaten, as shown in the previous slide. Activity 1. Identify whether the sentence is active or passive. The first sentence is, Stephen went to wash his car. The second sentence is, the rubbish was picked by John. The third sentence is, the dog ate the last chocolate. The fourth sentence, the dinner was cooked by their mum. The fifth sentence, Andrew took his cat to the vets. So I'd like you to identify which one is active or passive. The next slide shows you, again, another example of the past, present, simple and future tense of will and how it changes with the word painted. Your main task, now I'd like you to create 7 of your own active and passive sentences. Again, use your imagination to make them as entertaining as they can be. Remember, you want to display your knowledge and fluency with this linguistic technique. The most splendid and polished pieces will be included in Miss Begum's shout-out video. Please don't forget to send in pictures and as well as hard copies of your work to the email address. I will look forward to seeing and reading your work. I want to see some imaginative, creative sentences. Plenary, I would like you to answer this question in your books. Tick 1 box in each row to show whether the sentence is written in active or passive voice. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, I hope you're all well, and I hope to see you all soon.